Hi, this is Serene Empowerment for Creative Peace Media. In the previous video, entitled Remaining Sane in a World That's Going Mad, I talked about being in the world, but not of it. And here I'd just like to make a quick distinction and explain or clarify what I mean by world, as opposed to creation, nature, and the universe, etc. By world, I mean our collective perceptions, our collective rules, our collective opinions, our prejudices, our beliefs. I think of the world as our outer mind, a mishmash of everybody's different beliefs, opinions, and narratives. And this is the illusion, this is the illusory world. But I make a distinction between the world of our perceptions, which are illusory, transitory, and creation, nature, and the universe. The wonder of creation, that is a different thing. Nature, the universe, creation just is, and we put our interpretations on it. And our interpretations are what I mean by the world. And now I'm going to move on to the message for this month. So we're at the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And I think it's really time for the world, inverted commas, the world as in our perceptions. It's time for us to reach a new spiritual maturity. It's time for us to become more enlightened. By enlightened, I'm talking about awakening and freedom, and not necessarily a spiritual high or being blissed out or whatever. Spiritual maturity in terms of being liberated from our wants and needs and ambitions on the egoic level, on the level of the ego, and to be more aligned with the desires of our soul. When we're in line with the desires of our soul, that's when we're following our true path. That's when we're following our true dreams. That's when we're following a heart-centered vision that is true and authentic to us. And so the message for this month is about aligning ourselves with the will and the movement of the universe, with nature's cycle, with the dance of creation, harnessing its spiritual energy and letting our lives unfold, going with the flow, moving towards true fulfillment and realization, embracing the cycles of life, the ups and downs, the twists and turns, going with the flow. In this chapter of our lives, it's all about being open, trusting this flow, trusting this movement, being enthusiastic, listening to our intuition, listening to our heart, following a more heart-centered vision rather than a vision that's based or a path that's based or ambitions that are based on lack and fear and perception and prejudice and scarcity. Following a path that comes from the soul, which is based on abundance, a more playful and childlike energy, and yet paradoxically also a more mature spiritual energy as well. We're truly ready for a new perspective. We're ready for a new adventure, positive beginnings, expressing our creativity in more uplifting ways through art, writing, music, and so on. A new door is opening, and it really is a time for transformation and transcending our current short-sighted, short-term, limited way of perceiving and experiencing reality. So this month we can focus on letting go of those limiting beliefs that no longer serve us, limiting storylines that we have about our lives, those narratives, unhelpful, unhealthy, habitual thought patterns and beliefs which generate emotions, which generate energy, which in turn becomes manifest as the experience of our life. So we can, if we start to let go and release these old patterns, we'll be able to generate a new experience, a more expansive, abundant, fresh new experience. And getting back to the theme of the difference between the world and creation and nature and the universe. So, in some spiritual circles, they say that the world is an illusion, and then they mean all of it. In my opinion, I feel it's our perceptions and our thinking and our beliefs that manifests an illusory experience, but that nature, the universe, creation is a miracle and it's there to be enjoyed, and that we are guardians, or we're supposed to be guardians, of this natural world. And so this month we can focus on enjoying nature, enjoying life, and when I mean life, I mean the energy of life. I don't mean the everyday and the mundane and the everyday things that happen in life. I basically mean that energy of life, life itself, the energy of life that turns seeds into trees. It will soon become natural the more we practice, letting go of these beliefs and embracing a new perspective, letting go of the world and our thought patterns and embracing creation and nature, because nature is very healing. So spending time in nature, particularly those of us who live in urban areas, we feel really disconnected and cut off, and it sort of feeds into our general malaise, our general anxiety, our depressed feelings. So getting back into nature, being part of nature, going for walks, being in natural surroundings, meditating in nature, being mindful, appreciating the beauty of it is also very healing and empowering. So once again, the distinction is letting go of the thoughts and beliefs and the politics and the social unrest of the world and embracing the expansive, abundant, natural universe, which is healing and restorative. So in summary, the message for this month is it's time for us to embrace a new way of being, a new form of spirituality, and to be playful with it while still being reverent, to listen to our inner intuition, to listen to inner guidance, to let go of limiting beliefs and opinions and judgments and storylines and narratives that no longer serve us, and to be in alignment with the desires of our souls, our authentic will, rather than with the whims and the ambitions of our ego self, which is based on most of the time trying to impress other people or get one up on other people. It's based on a competitive energy, whereas when we're in line with our souls, we're in line with what we truly want. So it's about entering into a kind of dance with life and dance with creation and enjoying life, appreciating life, while at the same time letting go of the sort of toxic, divisive climate that we currently find ourselves in. And this mental climate is made up of a collection of everybody's thoughts, everybody's opinions, everybody's prejudices, everybody's prejudgments. And so it's letting go of that and embracing and expanding into a new way of being based on aligning ourselves with the desires of our soul rather than the needs of our ego. So that's the message for this month. If you'd like more information about the Serene Empowerment process and the 12 stages of Serene Empowerment, you can visit my website, sereneempowerment.co.uk.